speaking. Yes. Hi, Ray. How are you? I'm fine. Ray. Would you like me to start or tribunal? I need you there by on Friday, on Friday to the third. I'm so concerned because it's my second time being detained. Oh, okay. Yes, yes, yes. So it's free. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So I have already. So what I need for you to help me do, obviously, on the 30th of December, I got detained by the police, under the Mental Health Act 1983. I've been denied housing twice, twice now. I was basically, when I was 14 years old, I was detained under the Mental Health Act of Section 2. Which to the age is when I was 14 years old, by someone called Mr. Hajir. And I stayed there for 3 years. I was detained for 3 years. I didn't know how to get out of the institution. There was no support for me by my mother, friends, family, in any way, shape, or form. 14 years or so, 14, 15, 16, I came out early mental institution in Norfolk for them asking my rights to housing under the Children's Act of 1983. 1983, I believe, yes. No, 18, I don't remember, 1986, I believe. Yeah, yes. So I have then said, I've just stated that my rights to housing were violated twice because the council gave me a Section 202 when I was 23 years old, when I was 24 years old. 24 years old last year. So last year, I was 24 years old, 2025. I was homeless under the, I was denied housing, this housing. I was denied housing July, November to January when I was homeless, after being homeless for 3 months. I only asked the council for the housing. Sorry, sorry, I was homeless. I lost the housing, yes. But I lost the housing, yes, because I was in the care. I've been in care since 18 years old. But I've been trying to use the Health and Social Care Act of 2014 for independent housing. Independent housing. Yeah, sorry. Basically, I'm part. Yes, I can manage the housing. Because I have got an independent living certificate. In independent living certificate, and I have a certificate to community certificate to work. Issued by Aspire Hub, which is the local community there. Under mine, obviously under the trust. Basically, there's some subsidies I've been using to get independent housing. So I've been looking for housing ever since I was 14 years old. So I got the independent certificate. I have when I was 17 years old in Essex. When I turned 17, I got this independent certificate. But they don't want to recognize my care. But everyone that got a certificate have been allocated housing. But I don't want the housing anymore. I want to be off to Nigeria. So basically, I do want the housing. Yes, I do want the housing, but I want basically I'm trying to use Section 23C and Section 21 of Student Social Care under which is under because of the delay in the service. To get housing in Cambridge, but I'm not doing my PhD there. I just need housing in Cambridge. Uh, yes, go ahead, go ahead. Yes, they are not helpful. My mom is a nurse, but she can. Yes, I do know it, but I don't know it about her. I don't really care about it. But the ward has number, has my family number, my cousin, my brother, and my mother. Right now, I don't have my phone on me, so I can't give you the number directly. But yes, plus 44 07 4 88 22 90 54. Yeah. I would be. It's later. You can call me, but I'm kind of busy today. I have work to do today. Time is now 3:40. So every day I have a routine. But you know, I don't get section again. I don't get section two again. Because the yes, you can phone me tomorrow. You can phone me. What time is best for you? Yes, can you phone me? 11:30 a.m. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So that'll be the quickest option. So you know, I am happy to continue with my tribunal on Friday, but I'm not willing to stay in the UK. So I've got my passport in the board, and it's basically I can't I'm not, inquiry room is basically off limits because they don't open inquiry for the door because they're keeping the yes, because I'm not. I basically I have to see. I have a reunion, and I can't be in a 14 section again. If I get section again, I'll have some problems. You know, regarding my legal rights to leave, and that is why. Yes, I have autism, ADHD, and they say Asperger's, but I don't believe this. I do. They say obviously I don't have. I have autism and ADHD, and I agree with that, but I don't have Asperger's. But they say I do. So the doctors have a conflict with me. With Asperger's, I say I have dyslexia. I don't have dyslexia. They say I have psychosis. I don't have psychosis. They say, yeah. You see, I'm saying to you, in Nigeria, we have people with autism, ADHD, and Asperger's, but we don't have the medication. We give them the autonomy to solve their problems. For example, in Nigeria, what I'm as well, you can't, just, doctor cannot check you in for an appointment. Only checking you in for an appointment if some, you know, if you, to, if you go to an appointment in Nigeria, you have to say to the doctor you have a problem, and you have to explain what the problem is, and the doctor has to decide whether it's up for treatment or not. And there are a lot of neurodiverse people in UK that don't have the service because they see the disabled, they have disability. So it's basically the problem. The problem here is that I'm when I'm here, this classify me as disabled. So I'm gonna leave because of the legality of the situation. To Nigeria, it's non-negotiable because I would not be I would if I was seen again, I won't be allowed to use UK and be conclusion with my passport going there. Yes, yes, yes. I am on aripiprazole and sodium valproate. Yes, aripiprazole is an antipsychotic. Sodium valproate is a mood stabilizer. But I'm under that. I'm complying with the dosage of via injection because I'm. No, no, I don't need it because we don't need it in Nigeria because Nigeria has so much problems. We have neurodiverse people, yes, in Nigeria, but I don't need it because I'm in Nigeria. I'm not born in British. I'm not a native British person. Yes, yes, yes. The last care home was I was evicted by the care provider, Mr. Ade Imiri. I resided in a care home for 2 years. That was like January 2023 to 2020 to 2023, 2020 to 1 to 2. No, 2020 2021 to 22 to 2 years. I was resident in AK supported housing which is in Thorough Council. In Thorough Council, basically, the 2 years, that's the first one I've lost. So basically, I was illegally evicted by the care provider, Ade Biro, for asking my rights to housing. So I asked for Ade Biro, why don't I get my house? I asked my house, and he wrote eviction notice to the council, and the council evicted me. But in that 2 years, I've been getting my diploma and bachelor degree in computer science. So I got an NCSE qualification, and I was illegally evicted. I was illegally evicted by the I don't see, basically, yes, I know this in Nigeria, sorry, I don't have to go to Nigeria about this, but, the consequence, there's no consequence for doing so. And that's what they able to do so easily. They didn't have any consequences because in Nigeria we have consequences, and these are Nigerians. So they feel they can do it because there was no consequences of their actions. But in Nigeria, if you did this in Nigeria, there'll be consequences. So they should be, that's been enforced by law, either formally or informally. you see, the medication. I don't take it when they're not looking. I don't. Because we don't have illness. When they look away, I spit it out. I want to, because I know the legality of it. It makes me lethargic. It makes me it makes it dull and gray. It makes this boring. It makes me less, apart from being, I was in the care home, I was being molested, harassed, and abused all through the care process, 18 to 25. I was being harassed, touched, molested, perverted on. It wasn't adequate living, and every time I was paying the council I was paying the council to get me independent housing. Yeah, so I don't feel it's fair. Yeah, I don't know. Mm-mm. You see, I'll say no because I've been every time I was in camp, I was going out in community anyway, so I had no problems in the community, and I was literally just avoiding the home. I was avoiding being harassed, because I thought they're gonna poison my food. I was paranoid. I was, because that's the number poison people's food in Nigeria. But I was afraid, even though I didn't have money, I stepped out because my mental was deteriorating. So I knew that if I didn't go out, they would say that he's not doing anything, he doesn't have capacity, he needs more care. But I'm saying to you, that's what I mean. It's not because I don't because I know the care home was not for me, but I stayed there because I had no money. I lost £10,000 from 20 November to 20 January, and all of this in my past. For me, it's not because I don't. For me, they can get paid any day they want. But I'm finding this. I know what I need. So basically, I've really asked because for me, because for me, I'm not really praising. I don't really care about the UK. I care about the legal side of things because at the end of the day, it's word for word. Thank you. Yes, yes. I'll be honest with you. I don't, they can say all they need to say, but for the end of the day, I'm a scientist. There's no evidence. I've asked them to provide evidence of this claim. No, I've asked them so many times. There's no evidence of it, and they should stop lying on my name because the lying is causing them more harm than good. No, I'll say this. I have autism. I know what autism means. I know because I don't need a doctor. I know I don't need a doctor for a reason. I know being autistic. I'm tripolar. I'm three one. I'm not bipolar. I know that means because I've been studying my autism. I've been studying myself, and I know I don't have a disability because I am three one. I can call me Mr. Uche, Mr. Knowledge, or Namdi, Mr. Eze or King Namdi, or you can call me Mr. Hart or Namdi because those are three relationships. But I don't have a disease. If I had a disease, I would know. So for me, if I go to the doctor, I would say I'm tripolar. I'm not bipolar. And I'm proud to say that to my Nigerian doctor, not the UK doctor. Because I'm scared to say these things to my doctor in the UK, because they don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen about my they don't care. They will not take me as someone as serious. They will take me as someone as psychotic in the science in the medical field. They're not willing to listen. Yes, they kicked me out of accommodation. The last one, that's the first one. The first one I was in, they kicked me out. They kicked me out because they were Yoruba. They were Yoruba people. I was an Igbo man, and they kicked me out because they said to me, I can't do anything. It's all money. The money makes me go crazy. But they want someone that doesn't have capacity, that can't do, they can't do to care for them. They want to care for people. They want to keep people in that service till they die because there's money to be made, and because it's the care service, there's money to be made in care. We have the same problem in Nigeria. Yes, we have. Because, I would never let anyone take it because there's money to be made. Because there's money. You see, I stopped because of the health and safety act 2014. I stopped because of the legality of it. So by 25, I'm a care leaver, and a care leaver don't have there's no enforcement for being a care leaver. So I stopped because of I was a care leaver. So if I wasn't a care leaver, I would be still taking medication, and I'm still taking medication here. I'm not taking medication here. Yes, I was taking aripiprazole and sodium valproate. Basically, I was taking risperidone, aripiprazole, and sodium valproate as a child. As a child, I was being. Yes, that's aripiprazole. Today, I'm taking the depot. Yes, I stopped taking it because I'm a caregiver. Uh, I stopped taking aripiprazole and sonobarbitol because the council. Sorry, sir. Because the council. Sorry, I stopped taking the medication because I was homeless on 29 November 2020. So for 3 months I was homeless, and the council made me homeless. That's the council, and expected me to comply with paying the bills, paying for the service. I said no, I'm not paying because you made me homeless. You decided I'll be homeless on the street. I lost £10,000 of my savings to Cambridge University. The council refused to give me a property in Cambridge and refused me to give me a property in Cambridge and tried to offer me more medication. So I said, no, that's not the legal side of this. So I'm arguing with them that it is not in my interest anymore as I'm a caregiver. Yes, yes. Yes, see, the more lies, see, they do have evidence of this, but my room should not be catered for all if it was in a care home. If it's a care home, they should have done the job. I'll start with the room because the thing is, if the care provider, they're meant to do the room. They cannot use the Health and Social Care Act 2014 to detain me and then tell me I'm making the problem because I was never the problem. My room is chaotic, yes, and I'm not proud of it, yes, but there's no care in the service. There's no care whatsoever. So they cannot use the room to deny me housing, to deny me safety and security, and call and tell me I'm disabled, and then tell me that to call me disabled and say I'm not. I don't really care what the council says. I care what the current status quo is. No, 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 because there's no evidence of it. There's no evidence. You can lie. There's no evidence of it, so I never got involved. I've never hit a staff because I'm not disabled. I'm not angry. I'm not born in UK, and I'm proudly so. I'm happy leaving because it's word for word. So that's how they do it in Nigeria too. They lie. It doesn't matter whether someone's struggling or not. It matters at the end of the day whether the security is whether the security funding. But I was the police basically the police issued me basically I would not sorry, I would not ask the equal I asked the police to advocate for me the first time I come there because I stayed in rubbish as a child 10 11 years old. I stayed in rubbish as a child. I was in rubbish as a child literally 10 and 11 years old. I've been after first year. I would not have gone to the police with the Equality Act 2010 and asked them to do their job. And they didn't do their job because they were discriminating against me because I was a black man. So I did not want them because I knew them as a child. And I don't care about them anymore. So because the police are detaining me, and so I'm trying to use the section 117 Aftercare Services and section 17 to leave the country because I don't want to be in a place that is telling because that is directing my life because I am not in control of anything. I don't have any money. I don't have any car. I don't have anything. All I have is the Nigerian way of doing stuff, and that's what I've used to get for me to get people, and I've been fine with that. I'm gonna try to find my phone today. But thank you very much for having me. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Bye.